What's going on, everybody? Welcome into Blazers Uprise live here on a Thursday. The Blazers don't play today. They don't play tomorrow. They don't play until Saturday. So today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to do a mock draft chat. You guys are going to participate in this. We're going to simulate the lottery, and then we're going to do a lottery mock draft. Should be a lot of fun. First, we got to get to picks against... Oh, my voice is quitting on me a little early in this stream, Eric. We're literally like 30 seconds into the stream. My voice is already trying to quit on me. Nah, don't do that. We got picks against the spread first. That's getting interesting. So that's going to be fun to cover. But anyway, what's going on, man? How you doing?
Oh, not too bad. It's been kind of a hectic day, but we move, and we're ready.
We move. I published a college basketball roundup literally like 2 minutes ago, so definitely go check that out when you got the chance. New bracketology, like 7 games to watch. I added more because Saturday there's a ton of good games. And then Eric said he'll add his prospect notes in a little bit, so I've been enjoying putting those articles out. Without further ado, let's jump into the picks against the spread standings, Eric. I'll let you handle this one if you want.
All right. Well, Tori, we
Yes,
had
sir.
Jackson make up some games since he missed last stream.
Mm-hmm.
He did not do a very good job, and Chat struggled last week as well, or last Monday.
You love to see it.
Yep. So that means Tori is now back to 2 games above first or second place Jackson. Connor has moved ahead of Chat again. They keep flip-flopping. And Zach is only 3 games back of Chat. And look, little old Eric is there 7 games back at Chat as well, with a chance to move up with a couple of more good games or good days.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd call you old Eric, but you're only 14 games back, man. You got a real chance to catch Zach, maybe even today. There's 7 games once again today for the 3rd day in a row. But yeah, it's kind of funny. Everybody went 2-6 or 6-2 except for Chris down there just chilling at 4-4. Let's move on to the first game. We got Atlanta hosting Chicago, and Chicago is a 1.5 point road favorite.
So the Bulls are without their usual trio of Lonzo Ball, Alex Caruso, and Patrick Williams. The Hawks are without Onyeka Okongwu and John Collins. Trae Young was a game-time decision. It looks like he is going to give it a go.
Yeah, that's an important one.
I have not seen Trevin or Krish in chat yet.
Hopefully they're here, man. I'm tired of mods not sending their picks and then not showing up. Jackson and Connor sent their picks, so we're fine with them. We got Zach in here. We need Krish and Trevin to really get the ball rolling here. I'm gonna take. Also, the Hawks record is not updated. They're 29-32. I don't know what happened there.
Trevin's here now, so
cool. I'm gonna go with the. I'm going with the Chicago Bulls. Trevin goes Bulls. Zach goes Bulls. What you going with, Eric?
I'm also going to go Bulls.
All right.
Jackson and Connor both Bulls as well.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So that leaves Krish as the only one not a...
All right, chat poll, it looks like it's overwhelmingly Bulls. We'll give you guys a few more votes. Only 12 votes on that poll. So the mock draft we're going to do later, we're going to do basically 3 picks for prospects, all right? Me, Eric, and then we're going to do a chat poll for you guys. Or how are we going to do it?
We'll do those three, and then...
me and you should pick a prospect, and then maybe we do a chat poll between those 2 prospects for the chat poll as the tiebreaker.
Okay. I just thought it'd be cool to have chat have a vote.
Yeah. For sure. I'm glad this stream made your day, hardcore Blazer fan. All right, 74% Bulls it looks like for chat. We'll see if Krish frickin' shows up. If not, I mean, maybe we do the same
Or
thing
do you want to
with
just
Jackson
have someone choose for him?
I could have somebody choose for him. We'll give him 10 minutes. All right, you got game number 2. The Celtics are hosting the Memphis Grizzlies, and the Celtics are 2.5-point home favorites. This is a good game.
The Celtics are without Jaylen Brown. The Grizzlies are without Dillon Brooks as the only notable ones in this one.
All right, there's your chat poll. All right. I'm gonna go Grizzlies.
Man, I just have a weird feeling. I'm going to take the Celtics.
All right. Celtics have been playing really well. Without Jaylen Brown, I don't know how they're going to play. But it's definitely a good game.
The spread, just without Jaylen Brown, it seems like it's too easy. So I'm going to go against my instincts here.
Yeah. Grizzlies for Zach and Trevin.
Jackson and Connor, also Grizzlies.
All right, you just won an island. All right, Connor, Jackson, Grizzlies, and then chat is 62% or 61% Grizzlies. All right, that's game number 2. Game number 3, you got the Nets hosting the Miami Heat, and the Nets are 3-point home favorites.
Chat 58%. So the Nets are without Ben Simmons, Kyrie Irving, Joe Harris. The Heat are without Jimmy Butler, PJ Tucker, Kyle Lowry, Victor Oladipo, and Markieff Morris.
Ew, this is a gross game.
But I did not list Kevin Durant. He is back and apparently not on any kind of restriction.
Good for him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going Brooklyn.
I'm also going Brooklyn. Zach is going Heat. He loves the Heat even without Lowry and Butler.
Butler played pretty bad last night, too.
Message retracted. Never mind.
The mods are testing us, Eric.
Jackson, Connor, both going Nets.
All right.
Trevin, Nets.
All right, Trevin's Nets. Oh, he said he missed KD. I think he voted a little early. All right, that's fine. Zach is Nets as well. He says, bro, chill. All right, Nets, 67% of the chat vote. All right, cool. I don't know who you're telling to chill. I think we're both pretty chill right now. Everybody's Nets as well. So, clean sweep. Game number 4.
I'm the only one who's picked a different game so far.
Yeah.
Chris
Toronto
would be on my side.
Chris would mix it up here. Toronto, Detroit. I mean, I'm fine with people not catching me, you know? Toronto is an 8-point home favorite against the Detroit Pistons.
So Toronto is without OG and a new boy, Fred VanVleet, Thad Young, and DJ Wilson. The Pistons are without Marvin Bagley and Frank Jackson.
Can you re-say that? I saw Chris say hello and I lost track of what you were saying.
Marvin Bagley, Frank Jackson out for the Pistons. OG, Fred VanVleet, Thad Young, DJ Wilson all out for the Raptors.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. All right, Chris. Go back and scroll back in the stream and pick the first 3 games. Give us your pick for this first, and then go scrub back in the stream and pick the first 3 games.
I am going to take the Pistons, just taking the 8 points here, even though Toronto might win.
All right, Pistons. Future Blazer OG Anunoby is out.
Announced today he'd be out for 2 weeks.
Yeah, Pistons have played well-ish by their standards lately. This is a tough one. I feel like everyone's going to go Raptors, which makes me want to take the Pistons, but also I don't think I want to take the Pistons at the same time.
Well, Connor and Zach have taken the Pistons.
Okay, I'm going Raptors. I really did not know who I wanted with this one.
Jackson took Raptors with you.
All right, Jackson went Raptors. Connor went Pistons, you said, and then Zach went Pistons?
Yep.
Cool. All right.
Still waiting on Krish. And Trevin just took Pistons. So
right,
still waiting on Krish and Chet. Dwayne Casey masterclass. He always isn't that the team he always seems to
figure it out against?
Yeah.
Hawks, Celtics, Heat, Detroit. All right.
Krish Hawks Island. He
Let me start here.
ruins my island.
Island ruiner. And then he went Heat, so another island. I guarantee he didn't listen to any of the injuries. He just looked at the picks and was like, And who'd he go here? Detroit?
Yes.
All right, here he's with the majority. All right, cool. Caught up. Chat, 75% Raptors. So almost a split vote. Good to have some variety up in here. All right, game number 5. You got the Mavericks hosting the Golden State Warriors. They are 1.5 point home favorites.
So let's get that. All right, so the Warriors are without Draymond, Wiseman, Iguodala. Klay Thompson is listed as probable. He said yesterday himself that he's playing. The Mavericks are without Tim Hardaway Jr., Marquise Chris, and Trey Burke. Last I saw, Maxi Kleber and Frank Ntilikina are both questionable.
This is an interesting game as well.
Mm-hmm. I am going to go with the Mavericks.
All right. Eric goes Dallas.
Krish is going Warriors.
I have no confidence in my picks today, by the way. Krish is going Warriors. All right. What's Jackson and Connor going with?
I'll let you know later.
Okay. It's not going to affect me.
Or will it?
No, I'm the best here right now, so.
Trevin says Warriors.
All right. Dang. Why are the picks so hard today, man? I think the Warriors have been struggling. Mavericks have been playing well.
Zach took Warriors.
I'm taking Dallas.
All right.
What's Jackson and Connor going with?
Jackson Warriors, Connor's Mavericks.
Oh, see, I still would have went Mavericks. Connor better. All right, Mavericks 55%. For Chet.
Split vote. Let's go.
Cool, split vote. There it is. Second to last game, game number 6. You got the Spurs. This is an important game for the tank race. All right, we're gonna get one positive development. One of these teams is gonna freaking win. The Spurs are hosting the Kings, and the Spurs are 6.5 point home favorites.
Yeah, so the Kings, off a back-to-back 30-point loss last night, are without Terrence Davis and Rashawn Holmes questionable. For the Spurs, they actually have no one currently listed on their injury report.
Okay, I'm going Spurs. Screw the Kings.
Krish, of course, is going Kings. Jackson, of course, is taking Spurs. Connor, Kings.
All right. So
Connor,
Zach
Krish.
Spurs. You said Zach Spurs? Who? Sorry.
Connor and Krish are Kings.
Okay.
Jackson, Zach, Spurs.
All right. Jackson and Zach attack. All right. What are you going with?
Dang, 6.5 is a lot for the Spurs to cover. Screw it. Oh man. I was going to take the Spurs, but that's such a high spread. I'm going to take the Kings.
All right.
Ugh,
Kings.
I don't
And
know
then
about this.
Sacramento.
Waiting on Trevin.
Hello, Bonnie.
How you doing?
All right. Chat poll was about 75% Spurs.
Trevin says Spurs.
All right. Chat's been in agreement pretty much today. Everything's been a higher percentage than normal, it seems like. All right. Final game. You got the battle for LA and the battle for play-in positioning. The Clippers are hosting the Lakers, and the Clippers are 2.5-point home favorites.
The Lakers are without Anthony Davis, of course, and Kendrick Nunn. THT is probable. LeBron and Avery Bradley questionable. And since this is a 7 o'clock game, we will not know when we have to make our picks. So unfortunately, not sure. I'm guessing LeBron's going to play through anything because they need wins at this point. But the Clippers are without Kawhi, Paul George, and Norm Powell.
Yeah, I'm going Clips. The Lakers are frauds. Even if LeBron plays, I'm taking Clips.
All right. So Connor and Zach are with you on the Clips.
All right.
Jackson went Lakers.
You said Connor and who was with me?
Connor and Zach said. And Trevin now is also Clippers.
Okay.
Oh, man. I'm going to go with Jackson.
Of course you are. All right, Clippers for... Oh, wait, no, that's not Krish. Clippers for Krish.
Krish, there's no Norm, though. I thought you voted against the Clippers when Norm's not playing.
Yeah, LeBron might almost cancel that out, though. You know, I don't know. Norm's obviously a bigger loss. I'm waiting for the redacted. Anyway, Clippers 75% of the chat polls. Jackson and Eric are going with Eric's Lakers. Everybody else is going Clippers. All right. So, Norm being in street clothes on the bench still makes him better, apparently. Okay. Double down time.
So, that ended up being chat's double down at 77%.
Are you really? I thought they had a lot around 70.
They had a 71, a 72, a 73.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Wow.
That
Okay.
just yeah.
That's crazy. All right. Chat's double down is the Los Angeles Clippers. I'm going to go back through the spreads. This is what we got. I'm going to go with the Brooklyn Nets.
I'm going to take the Bulls.
Eric going with Chi-Town. All right.
Both Jackson and Connor picked the same double down. It's the Grizzlies.
Okay.
Chris, I don't know if you heard this, but just to let you know, Jimmy Butler, PJ Tucker, Kyle Lowry, Victor Oladipo, and Markieff Morris all out for Miami. I don't know if that influences you at all.
Probably makes them more confident in it.
Yeah.
Somehow, somewhere.
You also have your Hawks islands that you could switch to.
Does that go Spurs? Trevin's Bulls. With you. I don't think... Has Trevin ever picked his own double down? Or we had a day where everybody picked their own. But for the most part, it's like... Trevin is always agreeing with like me or chat.
Bam, Hero, and Yurt 7 are playing Chris, so yeah, you can stick with the Bulls if you want. Or the Heat.
Just let me know if you want to stay with the Heat or switch it up. And then it's draft talk time.
Let's go. And we have to do a simulation, and it has to be whatever it comes out. So hopefully we have
Yep.
a fun simulation for the Blazers and not a very boring one.
For better or worse.
All right, Chris, you sticking heat? Okay, let's go. Thank you.
Chris is sticking with the Miami Heat. All right, cool. Let me put that in there. And that wraps up picks against the spread.
Good luck to everyone.
Or bad luck, you know. Just kidding. Anyway,
good luck
best
to
picks.
everyone, because if I pick all the right games, it doesn't matter what anyone else does, because I'll find myself in first anyway. So good luck, everyone.
Yeah, Eric is currently 14 games back. There's 7 games today, but we'll see if that's possible.
No,
Anyway.
I'm saying if. No, I didn't mean today.
All right, so, all right, let's just set up a scene for this. Is there something I could? Let me see about the best setup for this. I'm gonna have to set this up live. Oh, we could do this. What is this? I'll never remember using this or having this set up, but this I think will work. So bang.
Chiefin says, "Hey Tori,
Hi Chiefin, how's your day going?"
what's up, Cam?"
Anyway, all right. So, okay.
Hey Cam, in when the weather gets nice here later this month, we're meeting at Twalton Hills Park and Rec, and we're playing.
Yeah, you are.
You have to come, show up, and anyone else who wants to come. That's the place where we played that one time, Tori, where we played like the full court games.
Oh,
in Beaverton. It's
it
like
was the dirtiest court I've ever played on.
For an outside court, the courts, the hoops are nice, single rim and stuff. So
yeah, the hoop is nice. The ground is bad.
yeah.
Just slipping and sliding. Which, honestly, on Tuesday, dude, like, my gym has to have a dehumidifier in it, and it got turned off on accident, and literally it was, like, the court was wet. There's just water on the court, and we played on it, so that was pretty bad. People were just slipping and falling. It was kind of comical. So, yeah, maybe I could handle it.
Come see me dominate Chief in one-on-one, and then we'll all play.
Don't I have to dominate him one-on-one too?
Well, I mean, if I can beat him one-on-one, that means you could easily beat him.
Facts. I wouldn't even have to play him.
But Greg, it's Twalton Hills Park and Rec is the big like center with the pool and the that big setup there on 158th in Beaverton.
Yep. All right. Simulating the lottery. Here we go. Portland at 9. Portland's picked from New Orleans at 10. Let's just hope for luck. We're going with whatever this is. All right. 14 is Charlotte. 13 is Atlanta. 12 is Washington. 11 is the Lakers from Memphis. This better be the Pelicans pick to Portland at 10. The Pelicans pick to Portland. All right, we're hoping to not see Portland at 9. We got some luck for once.
Whoa, let's go.
We can't get it on a post-game show, Eric, but
That's
we can get it on Blazers Uprise
This matters
Live.
more.
Yeah. Do you see how excited I got at this simulation? Imagine the draft lottery stream and this happens. I might break my mic. All right, New York at 9, San Antonio at 8, Sacramento at 7, Indiana at 6, and then Orlando at 5. And they moved down 4 spots. All right, the top 4. At 4, Houston. It was going to be interesting if we were at 4. At 3, OKC. At 2, Portland. And at 1, Detroit.
All right. This is fun. I'm glad. Let's go.
Fanspo.com. Okay, so Fanspo.com has a mock draft simulator. Okay. And I have to log in to use. Okay, let me switch off this.
All right, so chat, I know you will want to have a certain thing go number 1, so you get your favorite guy at number 2, but we have to do this legitly on who you really think will go number 1 in this scenario.
Yeah. So are we doing who we draft for the team, Eric, or are we doing who'd go number 1?
I think it should be who we think Detroit would pick at number 1.
Okay, so a mock draft.
Yeah.
Okay. Which obviously who we think is good is going to factor into that.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
All right. So
this is probably like as of right now. I mean, obviously we can still move up, and New Orleans pick might be different, but as of right now, this is best case scenario in my mind. Getting number 2, so you don't have to be wrong on Chet or versus Jabari, and you can just take whoever's left, kind of like the Oden Durant situation, and then you also get the 10th pick, which is New Orleans. So, yeah, this would be the ideal situation.
Okay, so we got to move these teams down 1. So Knicks, Spurs. Move my mic out of the way so I can see. Okay. Spurs, Kings. Do you remember the order? I mean,
I can go back real quick.
Indiana, Orlando, Houston. Indiana. Orlando, Houston. 1 was Detroit, and then 2 was Portland. Who are we missing? OKC was 3, right? Yeah, OKC's 3.
Yeah, so it goes Detroit, Portland, OKC, Houston, Orlando, Indiana, Sacramento. Just lost it. San Antonio, New York, Portland, Memphis, Washington, Atlanta, Charlotte.
All right, and we want to pick for all teams. It's cool that you can upload your big board into here and do a mock draft simulation with your big board. That's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. Good job, Fanspo. All right, so that's the draft order. Cool. Everything looks good. All right, start draft. Okay, so the way we're going to do this, I think the best way to do this, because I wouldn't know like what 4 players to put for chat when we get to like 12 or whatever.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah.
So, should we do me and you pick both and then they pick from the 2? Maybe give them a third option of other, but then how do we sort that out? What are we thinking here?
Let's just do it on a case-by-case basis, because I think each pick might present a unique circumstance. Like, this one is pretty obviously between Chet and Jabari, so I think we should just give Chet a vote and you and I a vote. So let's just do a poll for the first one for Chet or Jabari.
Okay, let me actually fix the capture to make it...
I mean, if you want to put Paulo too, I guess you could put that.
Yeah, so... Yeah, let me fix the capture. Let me send it to Fanspo. Where's Fanspo? What? Hold on.
No, Roy, we are not going to accept Dragon Bender in a redraft.
Dragon Bender. All right, hold on. I gotta.
Yep, you might as well put Banchero in there. But once again, please don't vote for Banchero because you want us to be able to get Jabari or Chet or whatever. Just like pick who you think Detroit would take.
Yeah, sorry, I gotta try and get this to Fanspo. Fanspo's not showing up for this. I have too many tabs open now.
Shame.
Mock draft simulator. Cool. All right.
I mean, Vixie joke, but I don't think at number 1, but I definitely could see Detroit taking a guard if they got like 3 or 4.
All right, so we'll do it like that.
Okay.
Okay, does that look good?
Yep.
I can maybe make it a little bigger and then move our webcams a little bit. That'd probably be the best. All right, Eric, let's slide us to the left. Cool.
Nice. Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, I'm just gonna crop our webcams up a bit. All right, cool. So I'll do a chat poll for those three for you guys.
So,
All right.
yeah, MK and anyone else wondering, this is the Detroit Pistons are on the clock. They have the number 1 pick. Who are they taking between Chet, Jabari, and Banchero?
Yep, let me type that out. Eric, who do you think Detroit would take here?
I think this is about as close as you can get team fit wise between Jabari and Chet, and I think ultimately they take Jabari and they move on from Jeremy Grant, and Jabari is their new power forward, and he's kind of a bigger power forward. So you got Isaiah Stewart, who's like an undersized center. So I think that's not the worst fit. They still have Kelly Olynyk as well. And then they got Cade and Sadiq Bey. So between Cade, Sadiq, and now Jabari at the 2, 3, 4, I think that's a pretty good start to their rebuild, and they're going to be a formidable team in a few years, especially if they add a quality point guard if Killian Hayes ever develops, and then also if they maybe upgrade their center at some point.
Yeah, whenever I'm very close on two prospects, the tiebreaker is going to be who I would prefer. I don't know if Isaiah Stewart's in their long-term plans, but I think Chet Holmgren is actually a really good fit next to Isaiah Stewart. Isaiah Stewart's kind of an undersized 5 offensively, and then Chet Holmgren can space the floor, kind of play out on the perimeter, and then defensively can help Isaiah Stewart protect the rim because, as I said, he's undersized. So I would go Chet here for Detroit.
Okay. So it'll be Chet will have the deciding vote.
And Chet loves Jabari Smith, man. At least Chet got 38%. Because on Twitter, dude, there's too many people hating on Chet.
Well, I mean,
it's
like,
ridiculous.
I know I said not to do this, but I'm sure there's some people who want us to get Chet, and that would be a reason why.
Yeah, this is going to make the next pick interesting.
Yeah.
All right. So Chet ends up going with Jabari Smith. That's the tiebreaker. All right. So let me move this over slightly, actually. Okay, cool. That looks better. All right. So Jabari Smith for Detroit at number 1. All right. Now it gets interesting. At number 2, I think Portland should take the best player left on the board, which I think is Chet Holmgren. Slot him in as the starting 4 will help them out defensively. Honestly, if you think about the fact that Robert Covington was Portland's starting 4 to start the season, I think Chet's a better ball handler than him already, like a little better passer. So like all those little aspects, I would honestly take Chet as a rookie over Robert freaking Covington. I would maybe trust Chet's 3-point shot a little bit more off the bat, and then defensively, I think Chet's a little bit more sound. Rocco had a lot of issues this year. So I don't know if there's an area where I wouldn't take Chet over Robert Covington just right off the bat as a rookie. And then obviously lots of long-term potential. Hopefully he can add on weight. So I'd take Chet. Eric, who would you take here for Portland? Or who do you think Portland would take? I think Portland would take Chet. I'm saying why I would take Chet for Portland. Mm-hmm. I guess we should talk about it from like both angles, maybe.
Yeah.
But no, who do you think Portland would take, and who would you take if you're Portland?
I think. I agree with you for all the reasons you said. I think Chet makes the most sense. They talked about talent. Now, I think a lot of people are worried about his floor, but mostly because of outside factors, like his skin color, his his weight, his injury proneness, even though that's not even a real thing. But so I think I understand why there's still question marks about Chet, but if we're looking at it from the Blazers' point of view, where they just want as much talent as possible, Chet is by far the most talented, highest ceiling player in this draft. So I think you have to take the risk there.
All right, so you go Chet as well?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Well, I guess that decides it. I'll do a chat poll. I'll put Jaden Ivey, Banchero, and other in it, since both of us agree on Chet. I just want to see chat if they agree as well or what they roll with here. So there's a chat poll.
And I agree with Rohan. You kind of use Chet in a way that the Cavs are using Mobley, and then you kind of stagger Nurk and Chet in the non-starting minutes, and you kind of have one of the two in there at all times.
Yep, that could work. All right, 77%. Thank you, chat. Appreciate you guys not going off the deep end there. All right, chat number 2 for Portland. I would be ecstatic. All right, so number 3 is the... Why is it Detroit Pistons at 3 still? Oh, this is supposed to be... Do you want me to go back and like re-put them in? Because this should be OKC, but it's still Detroit. I forgot to switch Detroit to OKC, I guess.
I don't know. Yeah.
We could just pretend like it's OKC.
Okay. This is Oklahoma City.
Yeah, ignore the Pistons logo. It's OKC. All right, so OKC at 3, Eric. I mean, I think the pick here is pretty obvious, right?
Yeah, in my mind it is. They need like bigs, whether that be power forward or centers. They're kind of set at guard with SGA and Dort and stuff like that. So, yeah, I'm pretty confident that Banchero would be the pick here. Now, I mean, I could see Presti picking Ivy because he thinks he has a higher ceiling, something like that. Yeah. I could also see OKC being the team that takes Sharp in the top 3, even though it doesn't make a ton of sense. But yeah, I think that Banchero is the pretty obvious pick here.
Yep, I agree. McMulls. God, I can't ignore this. Taking Chet would be like taking Oden, in my opinion. See, there's some of the blasphemous Chet hate. Somehow he's Greg Oden, even though he's never had injury issues where Greg Oden did, and Greg Oden had like one leg that was longer than the other. Oh, that's crazy to me. Greg Oden was like big. Like he wasn't even like their builds are so different. I don't understand people, man. Oh sweet, thank you for the $2 dono. It says rec game stream we need in all caps. We'll get runs in the summer, hopefully, and try and record those for some summer content. That'll be fun.
Yeah, Weezy has a good point. Kevin Durant was considered the skinny one that needed to put on weight. The Slim Reaper, like...
Mm-hmm.
Like, so if anything, Chet is Durant in this scenario.
Yeah, if you're going to compare him to somebody in the 2007 draft, yeah. Yeah, because I remember people saying KD's too skinny, he's going to snap, he can't handle the rigors of the NBA. That dude's been just fine, okay? That dude's been just fine. And you never even, like, he's still pretty skinny. So, Chet's going to add some weight. Like, I don't understand how, like, just people's takes on him are ridiculous to me. I don't understand it. Anyway, we'll do Jaden, Ivy, Paulo Banchero, and other, but I agree with Paulo, so that's who it's going to be. I think it's pretty obvious that Banchero's going number 3. Chet's decision isn't going to sway it, so I'm just going to draft him now. And now, here's where it gets interesting. Why is it OKC at 4? Okay, hold on. Let me just go back and reset this because I guess there's a mistake here. And I'll redraft everyone. Okay. No.
Sweet with another $2 donation says, "Love the channel. Usually listen in the AM at the gym." Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Thanks for the donations as well, and for the support. And I don't have a way to really record my rec league games, but I don't know if Tori does for himself. But
no, I don't really know how.
If we're back into the mode since restrictions are being lifted here soon in Oregon, we are going to go out and hopefully get some runs where we can all meet up and play some basketball. And Tori is planning on having someone try and film that so we can have some good content based around this.
Yep, Krish. I'll supply you a camera. I don't know. He volunteered to film before, I thought. Maybe he didn't. Maybe I'm just throwing it out there. Anyway, we got the 4th pick. I fixed the draft order. 4th, Houston. Here's where it gets intriguing, Eric. Here's where it gets really intriguing. Who do you think Houston would take here at 4?
This is tough because Ivy seems a lot like a lot of their guards they have already.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if you have to take him because he's the best player on the board, So I actually think they're the other team that might take a chance on Sharp. So I'm going to throw a bit of a curveball and say they take Shaden Sharp here.
Okay, I think they take the... it's so weird with Jalen Green. Like, they should have just taken freaking Mobley last year, and then it would be a much easier draft this year.
Yeah.
Maybe they go AJ Griffin. Jalen Duren, I don't agree with him being that high. I feel like they just go Jaden Ivey and maybe try and make him a point guard next to Jalen Green.
Yeah.
So that's...
Just have, multiple people who can do it.
Yeah, and then maybe they try and get, a point forward, too, or something like that, which there are more of. So mine would be Jaden Ivey. So, chat, you're going to be the tiebreaker here between Jaden Ivey and Shaden Sharp.
Yeah, I mean, they could just look at it as I agree with the chat that Ivy and Jalen Green would be pretty exciting and a dynamic duo.
Yeah, athletic, explosive.
Yeah, I don't. Vanspo is. I don't know whose big board this is.
ESPN.
Okay,
I think I said it too. I forget, but
Durant's not. He's not sniffing the top 5 in my opinion.
Yeah, I think he's like a 10th to 12th. No, we're not doing other Greg because me and Eric both picked different prospects, so this is the tiebreaker. All right. Chat goes with Jaden Ivey. Pretty clear cut there.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So Jaden Ivey for the Houston Rockets, him and Jalen Green. That's intriguing. All right, number 5, you got the Orlando Magic, who has a lot of guards. I think at this point, Orlando's a team that would need to just go for upside and want to go for upside. And I think Shaden Sharp makes a lot of sense. He's listed as 6'6". Who knows if that's a true 6'6", but maybe he has the size to play some 3, depending on his wingspan and standing reach. Mm-hmm. They have a lot of guards. They got Fultz, they got Suggs, they got Cole Anthony, they got you can look at their roster right here. They got RJ Hampton. So they don't really need another guard. At this point, you're not really drafting for position. But the other pick here, I think, would be Johnny Davis or AJ Griffin. But Johnny Davis, I don't think they would take him over Shaden Sharp because Shaden Sharp has a higher ceiling and supposedly is an inch taller and might make more sense at the 3 long term. So that would be my pick for them, and that's who I think they'd go with.
Yeah, I'm gonna say they take AJ Griffin here. They do have a need for a small forward, and I think he would fit right in. Although they did. I mean, I guess it kind of depends on whether they think, man, this team is so weird because they have, you would think Jonathan Isaac back at some point. They draft Wagner last year. It was kind of a 3-4. They got a Kiki from a couple years ago. And then, so they kind of need a long-term center if they're not going to retain Bamba.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, so maybe they flip some of their depth for a center at some point, but yeah, this is tough for me, but I think they go AJ Griffin here.
Okay. Shaden Sharp might have a higher standing reach than AJ Griffin.
Yeah, well, it's hard to do this without the measurements too.
Yeah, for sure. Chris said he never volunteered, but depending on if he can go, he'd be down to. Yeah, I'd pay
this,
you to film.
This is a I could see OKC after taking Banchero having an opportunity to get Sharp too, and giving up like 3 future firsts to do it, or like one of their later firsts in this draft.
Yeah, I think there's just a team that's going to fall in love with Shaden Sharp. People don't know much about him compared to an AJ Griffin, so I'm not surprised with the chat poll being 70% AJ Griffin, but Shaden Sharp was the number 1 prospect in next year's draft class. Like, he would have had a chance to go number 1 in next year's draft. He's insanely talented, 3-level scorer, athletic, good handle, like at 6'6". If he played in college this year, he would potentially be in the running for the number 1 pick, in my opinion. He has a ton of talent. It's just without being able to see him, it's hard to draft a guy top 4, top 5 compared to other top prospects that you've seen establish themselves at a college level. So that's why he's fallen to here. But I think,
yeah, I mean,
he might not declare. Yes,
we don't know.
obviously.
Like, obviously, we have to do this not knowing who's staying or who's not, but everything is pointing towards the opposite.
Mateo, he was supposed to still be in high school this year.
He was supposed to be ineligible to play this year, but
yeah. If Sharp dropped to 10, is he a must pick for us? Absolutely. If Sharp dropped to 7, he's a must pick for us. If we had 7 and he fell, I would take him. I would take him over Johnny Davis. I'd take him easily over Keegan Murray, Mathurin, easily over those guys. I'd take him over Johnny Davis too, and I'd probably take him over AJ Griffin. So, yes, Joshua, we play basketball indoors in America. We got a gym, we got a real court.
I mean, people play outside too, but
yeah, I play inside. I don't like playing outside. All right, AJ Griffin, number 5 for Orlando. Number 6 is the Indiana Pacers. All right, and everything that I've said also I think applies to Indiana. Like, they have Halliburton, they have Duarte. Duarte is he big enough to play the 3 in your opinion?
Duarte, no, he's like 6'4". I don't know.
Yeah, so they need a 3.
They have Brogdon too.
Sharp is a little bit bigger than Johnny Davis and has more upside. I think they need, a 3 and they need long-term upside. So Sharp would be my pick for Indiana and who I think they would go with as well.
Yeah, I could definitely see them taking Keegan Murray here. I think he'd be a good fit next to Miles Turner and in that lineup. And they need forwards. But yeah, I think ultimately the upside of Sharp is too much to pass up on. Although they did go for a more ready player last year.
Yeah, but they were also thinking they were going to win some games this year and then kind of accepted. I don't know if they accepted rebuild mode because they got back Halliburton for Sabonis. It's not like they. But still, I mean, they're a bad team right now. So here's your chat poll, chat. You agreed with Shaden Sharp, so that's who we're going to go with. I'll let chat give their opinions on this one via the chat poll, but it is going to be Shaden Sharp to 6 to Indiana. All right, 7 is Sacramento, Eric. Who do you think they take here?
So, let's see. They have Fox, Sabonis. They have Barnes under contract next year. They still have Rashawn Holmes under contract. So they are got what need us. They still need forwards and maybe a shooting guard. Man, I think this is a 3-way battle between Johnny Davis, Keegan Murray, and Mathurin. And I think they actually take Keegan here. I think they think he'd be a good fit next to Sabonis.
Interesting. They're such a weird team, dude. They're such a weird team. I think Johnny Davis could be their starting 2 next to Fox, and then Davion Mitchell's your 3rd guard there.
Yeah.
Johnny Davis is... Johnny Davis needs to be able to shoot because De'Aaron Fox can't shoot. Johnny Davis has kind of been inconsistent from 3 this year. I don't know how much stock to put in that, so that fit might be kind of weird. Keegan Murray would make a lot of sense there next to Sabonis. Chat was close on Keegan Murray and Shaedon Sharpe for Indiana, but they agreed with Shaedon Sharpe. All right, and I'll do a chat poll between Keegan Murray and Johnny Davis because I think at this point Johnny Davis is the best player on the board, and I think Sacramento, they need multiple pieces, so I think they would just elect to take the best player on the board, so I think they would go with Johnny Davis. All right, so let me give you your chat poll to break the tie, chat. You got Johnny Davis. And you got Keegan Murray. Keegan Murray, power forward out of Iowa. All right. Which is one of the games to watch in the article that I just dropped. I don't know, Zach. Yeah. That's just where they have him ranked.
Yeah, Easton, like I said, I've seen big boards, like numerous ones that have him as a late first, early second round pick.
He's not lasting that long.
I know, but I'm just saying there's a lot of people who hate him as a prospect. There's a lot of people that like him, like you and I. But yeah, it's kind of divisive. But yeah, I don't see him lasting outside the lottery.
Wait, he played at Cincinnati last year? I thought he was a freshman.
No, he's a sophomore.
I didn't realize
we had this conversation on air a couple weeks ago.
I remember that, yeah. I don't know. I mean, Easton's averaging 17 points per game, 7 rebounds, shooting 52% from the field, 36% from 3. He's getting 2 steals a game and a block. Defensively, he's legit. He's 6'8". Like, those types of guys don't last to the early second. Now, I guess Herb Jones did, but he was older and his shot was more questionable, and that draft was more loaded. So chat actually goes with 69% Keegan Murray. All right, so chat breaks the tie. They're going Keegan Murray there for Sacramento at 7. And you got the Spurs at 8. And what do you think for the Spurs?
I mean, I think they run to the table and pick within 1 second. That's Johnny Davis.
I feel like Benedict Mathurin is a Spurs player. Yeah. I don't know why, but Benedict Mathurin just screams San Antonio Spurs to me. They have a lot of 2 guards right now. Keldon Johnson's kind of their 3 for the future. I almost feel like maybe, I don't know, man.
I mean, you put out a lineup of DeJounte, Johnny Davis, and Devin Vassell with Pirtle at center. They're pretty dang good defensively. I don't know.
I don't know. My gut is just telling me they'd take Mathurin for whatever reason. Okay. So that is going to be my pick for them. I'll let chat break the tie there. All right. Mathurin just screams Spurs player to me.
I don't see that at all.
I don't know why, but you don't think
they
Mathurin...
did draft Primo last year.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, it's Primo. There's 2 for the future.
I don't know.
Keldon Johnson can always move down to the 2. I feel like maybe they'd want a little bit more size / positional versatility.
Keldon's probably... I wasn't saying starting lineup. I was just saying they could throw out a lineup of...
Chris, you don't see that because you want Mathurin to fall to 10. That's why you don't see that.
All right, well, chat's voting. Let's start talking about
I'll give chat the opportunity to break the tie. Start talking about the next... Well, I don't know who's next. Who's at 9 then? Because I can't draft yet.
Oh.
Because they have to break the tie.
9 was...
New York, I think. New York, I think, is pretty obvious. All right,
yeah,
chat's Johnny Davis. All right, well, New York is not obvious anymore. See, that's why it's like, how are we talking about that if we don't know who's on the board? All right, 8, Johnny Davis to San Antonio. All right, 9, this is where it gets interesting. 9 is the New York Knicks, okay? And I think They need a point guard of the future. And I think they are desperate for a point guard of the future. Ty Washington is like the one guy in the lottery I haven't watched much of, simply because Portland doesn't really need a point guard. He has some size, he's 6'4", but I think Ty Washington would be their pick here, just point guard for the future.
Yeah, I agree. He's also a bigger guard, sets up the offense well, plays decent defense. So yeah, I think that would be their pick as well.
Yep, I'm not even going to do a chat poll for this. Chat, let me know if you think they would take somebody else, but I see a lot of Ty-Tys. Yeah. All right, so 9 is going to be Ty Washington to the New York Knicks. And 10, here's the Portland Trailblazers. Eric.
We got Chet Holmgren.
Yeah. Who would you go with, and who do you think the Blazers would go with? Maybe that's two different guys, and then obviously after that you can narrow it down to one. But what are you thinking?
Man, I have started to really like Mathurin a lot lately. So without seeing his measurements, this is such a tough one for me. But I would also maybe consider trading back a few spots because you could still get one at the other, and maybe you move up from the second round pick to a later or a higher or a later first or something. I don't know. But, man, I love Tari Eason. I think I'm taking him over Mathurin, even though that's a really tough decision in my mind.
Yep, I am also going with Tari Eason. I think he's like the Chauncey Billups type of player here. Can play both forward positions, and we need like an on-ball defender at the forward positions. He's shot the ball decently this year, has some off-the-dribble upside that I think Chauncey will feel like he can tap into. And then, he has to be a better playmaker, only averaging 1 assist per game, but Chauncey's the type to maybe bring that out of him. So I think Tari Eason would be the pick here for me as well. Chat, let me know who you want in the chat poll. Type their names in the chat. And
well, I think we should do Mathurin
for sure, Eason for sure.
And then I've seen a couple of Durans. And Agbaji I've seen a few of too.
Okay, I'm down to do those 4. Agbaji would be cool. Mathurin for me, like, he's a solid shooter. He's not like a pure shooter.
He's looked a lot better lately. Like, he's looked really good.
He's also, he's also played Pac-12 schools. The Pac-12 sucks this year, and he has a lot of talent.
I think this once again is tough without the measurements, because if he's like a legit 6'6", same with Agbaji, if they're both legit 6'6" with like a decent wingspan and can play the 3, I think it changes my perspective on it a little bit. Whereas Eason, I know, has the length and athleticism to be a forward, and that's the kind of player we've been lacking in recent years.
Yeah.
And him and Nas, if Nas ever reaches his defensive potential, would be a monster on defense. And then you also have a Nurk Chet front court with also could have a lot of high potential on defense. So all of a sudden we go from being questionable on defense to having perhaps 4 way above average defenders.
Yeah.
And I just think that's too big to pass up for guys who are much better offensively in Mathurin and Agbaji.
Dude, Spencer, the WCC is just as good as the Pac-12, but that's the thing. The WCC is not supposed to be just as good as the Pac-12.
The Pac-12 is not bad this year.
Yeah, they only got 3 tournament teams.
Yeah, but, I mean, there's been years, the last 2 years, where they're, I guess not last year, but I think it was the year before that or 2 years ago when they only had... It was questionable whether they're going to get more than 1.
I don't remember that. Was there? No, I remember there always being 4 or 5 for Pac-12.
Yeah,
maybe there were some teams that are borderline, like 6.
But like another team won a tournament, and like the Ducks went on a deep run in the tournament or something, and so they ended up getting 3.
Yeah, I had tournament tournament success, but it's like, honestly, like outside of the three, there's no fourth Pac-12 team that's even like on the bubble. Some people say Oregon. This is why I do bracketology. I published all my ratings for every team. I published a spreadsheet along with my bracketology. Oregon is not in the top 10 teams, like first 10 teams out. Okay, neither is Colorado. Oregon just lost too many games, doesn't have a good resume. Somebody asked how tall Tari Eason is. He's 6'8". His wingspan is listed as 6'9", but I think it's a little longer than that, so it'll be interesting to see what his measurements are in the combine. That's his wingspan is something I'm watching. So yeah, Chet agrees Tari Eason at 10. I mean, I would be thrilled with this draft, Eric, Chet, and Tari.
Awesome. I mean,
phenomenal.
My ultimate draft is Jabari and Tari, but yeah, I'll take Chet and Tari too.
Yeah, you will. All right, 11.
Yeah, I will.
Memphis from Los Angeles. All right. Memphis with a lottery pick after a great year. I think... This is tough, actually. They could... I think they might go Duren. Like, they're set on the wings, right? They just drafted Zaire Williams as a small forward next year. They got Bane at the 2. They got Morant at the 1. Right now, their center is Steven Adams. Jaren Jackson Jr. can play some center, but I don't know. He starts at the 4. So they could be looking for a center going forward, especially like a lob threat to play next to Jaw would be ideal, like an athletic big next to Jaw. I think they would go Jalen Duren here.
Yeah, I could see that. I could also see them taking Mathurin and just trying to make it work anyway. But yeah, Duren it is. I think if him and Jaren Jackson, who's having a good season at least in terms of blocks, both pan out to their defensive potential, that's a really good front line. And then Zaire Williams projects to be a pretty good defender as well. You got Dylan Brooks, who's a good defender. So you kind of make it impossible for Jaw's defensive liabilities to even come into question because you have so many good defenders around him. So I think I'd probably take Duren as well. Or Duren,
right.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I would say his name.
Wait, how do you say it?
It's Duren.
Yeah, Duren. Okay.
But I want to say Duren every time. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel that. All right, so he's their pick at 11. I made a chat poll just so you guys can give some of your opinions on this. 12, Washington. I don't even know what the hell Washington is at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Who do you think they'd take here?
I think they take Mathurin. I think they're thrilled at it. I don't know if Beal's going to be there long term. He's a free agent. Yeah. Trevin, I think if teams lose in the play-in, it doesn't matter what happened in the play-in. I think it defaults into the record prior to the play-in tournament. So.
Yep. I feel like Washington here at 12 would be a sleeper for like a Dyson Daniels. They don't have a point guard next year, and if they keep Beal, I can see them going with like a Dyson Daniels. They're kind of set at the forward spots long term. They got Avdia, they got Hachimura, they got Kuzma, who's played solid this year. They drafted Kispert at small forward this past year with the 14th pick. But yeah, I agree with Mathurin here at 12, and I think Chet is probably just going to agree with that as well. So, I won't even do a poll for that. Chat agrees with Duren at 11. And then, Chat, do you guys agree with Mathurin at 12? Let me know. But that's going to be the pick because we both agree. Let me go draft him. All right. So 13 is Atlanta. And this is kind of where you enter maybe the next tier of the draft.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you have for Atlanta, Eric?
I think this is the range where Agbaji starts to come into place. I also think they would be an intriguing location for Nikola Jovic. So yeah, uh, I think maybe with their current roster, um, man, that's tough. I think Agbaji makes a lot of sense next to Trey Young, um, and maybe they move on from Bogdanovich. Uh, but something tells me they'd reach on Jovic here.
All right, I think Agbaji would be the pick here for them, and that's who I would take here for them. Jovic would also make sense in my opinion, so we'll just make it between those two and go with whoever chat goes with.
Chief and Lamar Hurd was after I was at Oregon State. I was back with the current Cleveland Cavaliers head coach was there when I was there, and the first round pick Corey Benjamin by the Bulls, who was supposed to be the next Michael Jordan replacement, whatever. But yeah,
Corey Benjamin. I haven't even heard of him. All right, so
he was one of those guys who was like an insane dunker. Couldn't shoot, but yeah.
Chief and Jalen Johnson can play, or Nikola Jovic can play the three.
Yeah, Alex JB was there at Oregon State when I was there. Yeah. And then he transferred to Oregon State from somewhere, I forget, and then he transferred out when they had it was like 2 or 3 years into when I was there, they had like a mass exodus and everyone transferred out of there. Neesmith just got carried off the court.
That's not good. Hyperprime says, I just have to be honest, I have no idea on the skills of any of these potential rookies besides Chet. Would say the best time for me to see the best of them is March Madness, and if so, when does it start? March Madness starts like middle of March. I would start watching now, though. You're going to have conference tournaments.
Yeah, the conference tournaments are fun. There's games all day. They're on TV, most of them. So yeah,
that's why.
Check in. Yeah.
Yep, and that's why I'm dropping the articles with games to watch, so that if you want to watch certain prospects, you kind of know what games to watch. I try and pick games that are nationally televised, good matchups in general, but ones that have good prospects in them. So I just dropped an article right before the stream, so you can go check those out if you want to catch a couple games over the rest of the week with some top prospects. All right, chat is going with Agbaji for this one. All right, and now 14, the final pick in this mock draft, and you got Charlotte at 14. I don't agree with EJ Liddell. I don't agree. Honestly, these rankings are very, very crummy, to say the least. Yeah. I almost just want to get wild with it to finish things off, Eric. What do you think?
You can be as wild as you want. I think the Hornets here would go for a defensive big, so there's 2 on the board in Walker Kessler and Mark Williams. I prefer Mark Williams, but I know a lot of people are higher on Walker Kessler. So I think that would be the pick. I could also see them being...
The one I agree with that. The defensive big that I like more than Kessler and Mark Williams is Koloko.
Yeah, I think this is way too high for Koloko, though. I think they could trade back and get him still.
I think a team might take him in the teens, like late teens.
Yeah,
Koloko kind of screams Clint Capella to me, which would be a great fit for Charlotte. Also, this is one of my favorite sleepers.
I mean,
by the way,
if Koloko,
we haven't talked about him.
If Koloko wants to fall to 38 there on the big board and we had the 38th pick, that wouldn't be bad.
Oh yeah, I would love that. He would be our backup center instantly, in my opinion. But I feel like Charlotte could be a team to bet on, like Kendall Brown's upside as a small forward, power forward, like. Because they play a really fast tempo, and he would make sense in that type of system, and he can pass a little bit. I'm not a big fan of him, though. This is tough. This is actually really tough. Chat, who do you think?
If they're going for upside, Jovic is still on the board, too.
Chat, give us names. We'll put the 4 most common names in the chat poll, and you guys will decide this pick. Okay? Because I don't know.
Kendall Brown at Patrick Baldwin Jr. Of course, Chiefin likes EJ Liddell.
Why? EJ Liddell should not be at 14.
Jovic, Mark Williams.
I like Koloko for Charlotte because he's I think the most mobile of the 3. Mark Williams has solid mobility as well, but I think
Koloko's was pretty mobile as well.
He's okay.
I don't like him.
He's not like a stiff.
A lot of people like him.
Yeah, he's not a stiff, but I think like Koloko's 7'1" with a 7'4" wingspan, and he's the most mobile out of the 3. So like Charlotte, I can see him going. But they also have Kai Jones, so it's like,
yeah,
they should just like play Kai Jones next year.
Yeah, I don't know how much she's ready, but
I mean, free Kai Jones in my opinion. All right, I'm gonna put these names in the chat poll. I've seen Mark Williams, Nikola Jovic, I think makes sense. And then maybe Kendall Brown. I'm not getting a ton of names here. I've seen 2 Patrick Baldwins, so toss him in there. I don't really like Patrick Baldwin at all, but we can do Patrick Baldwin. All right, so Jovic, Mark Williams, Kendall Brown, Patrick Baldwin Jr.
And I have to go. Have a good day, everyone. See you later.
All right, see you, Eric. We'll finish this up.
Thanks for everyone for participating.
Yep. All right. That was unexpected. All right, we got 2 votes, 50-50 Jovic Williams. And we got 16 votes now, 8 of them for Jovic. It looks like maybe 3 or 4 for Mark Williams. We'll wrap this up. So we're going to be streaming live again on Saturday with a post-game show after we play the Timberwolves, okay? And then the Monday after we play the Timberwolves again. So same team twice in a row. That's fun. We'll have a post-game show for that. That will be an earlier game, so the post-game show will go live at like 7:30. The Blazers play at Minnesota at 5, that specific time. And then, I mean, nothing else really. Definitely hope you guys are enjoying the college basketball articles. Let me know if you guys have been reading those. I asked that on the last stream, but I forgot to look at the stream comments. Like, are you guys actually reading that? And does that actually pertain to you? Are you guys enjoying that? Is there anything more that you guys would want in that type of article? Or do you have any suggestions? Let me know. Give me your feedback. I always, want feedback on stuff we upload on the website. Because that's obviously something, a little different than what we normally do. But I've done the bracketology stuff, which if you don't know what bracketology is, it's basically trying to predict the NCAA tournament seedings for different teams. And there's kind of an art to it because the selection committee, which is the people who put together the bracket each and every year on Selection Sunday for March Madness, they have all this criteria that they look at, and I've tried to create a formula based on all those criteria that can predict it. So it's a lot of fun. So yeah, it's basically just me trying to say which teams would be like a 3 seed or a 4 seed or a 5 seed, which teams would be out. In that article, I published a spreadsheet. It doesn't have the formulas in it. I'm not gonna release or leak the formula. But yeah, I released some of that, and the graphics I made for that I really like. Then we had 6 games to watch. 6 games to watch for y'all. Glad you enjoy them. Bread. Alright, Nikola Jovic is 14th. Cool. I like Jovic too, he's intriguing. has a lot of upside. All right, so that's our lottery mock draft. We can auto pick the rest. Let's just auto pick the rest. Or let's pick for Portland at 38. At 38, it's between Koloko and David Roddy. I think David Roddy's a sleeper. He's a very unique player. Definitely go look at some highlights, some footage of him. But Koloko at 38 would be a steal for Portland. And then we have the 50th pick as well. Which here I'd probably... we took who? We took Chet, we took Tari... Oh, I took Yannick Noza on accident. That was supposed to be Koloko. I accidentally clicked the wrong guy, I guess. So we took Chet, Tari Eason, and Koloko. We could take a guard, I guess. Maybe a small forward. Maybe a guy that's Strother. If Strother's here on the board at 58, you go Strother, in my opinion. Easily go Strother. Gonzaga guy. So, anyway, that's our mock draft. We mock drafted the lottery. Oh, Koloko wasn't there at 38. Why was it showing me Koloko at 38? Or was I on Cleveland? I'm tripping. At 38, I would have taken probably Roddy then. But yeah, these are the results. Getting Tari Eason and Chet would be phenomenal, in my opinion. Thank you to everybody who tuned in for this stream. Appreciate the support. You know, the team sucks right now. That's not always fun. Let me get my solo camera off there and get the Skype feed off. I don't even know if I have a solo camera. Cool, there we go. So yeah, thank you to everybody who tuned in. Hopefully you enjoyed this mock draft. Alum, we just simulated it. I mean, you can go to fanspo.com and do a mock draft with the Blazers having the 9th and 10th picks. Fanspo is fanspo.com. You can make your own big board. You can do your own mock draft. It has the best trade machine on the internet. Fanspo is the way to go. Did not mean for that to rhyme. It just happened that way. And yeah. Thank you to everyone for tuning in for the stream. Hopefully you have a good rest of your day. We'll catch you again in a couple of days on Saturday with a post-game stream. And we'll continue to watch the tank race. I'll continue to tweet out about everything, some college ball, NBA ball. So definitely follow me on Twitter at ToryJonesYT. Eric's at HoopsShock is on the screen for you guys if you guys don't yet. Follow us on Twitter. With that being said, have a good rest of your night. Until next time, as always, peace out. Go Blazers.